Why are college basketball rankings unfair to some teams? Imagine watching a team from a small school with a great record get overlooked while a team from a big-name school with a weaker schedule gets all the praise. That's what can happen with college basketball rankings. These rankings are supposed to show how good teams are, but they don't always tell the full story. One big reason is the focus on conference strength. Teams from major conferences like the Atlantic Coast Conference or the Big Ten play tougher opponents regularly. So, even if a team from a smaller conference wins most of its games, the rankings might not reflect how strong they really are because their schedule isn't as tough. Another factor is how rankings are calculated. Systems like the NCAA evaluation tool, or NET, use numbers based on how many points a team scores and allows, how tough their opponents are, and their winning percentage. These numbers are meant to be fair, but they aren't perfect. For example, net rankings don't directly decide who gets into the tournament. The selection committee looks at these numbers but also considers other things like injuries or recent performance. That can lead to situations where a team with a high net score gets left out or gets a lower seed than expected. The human element also plays a role. The committee that picks teams for the tournament looks at many factors. They might consider how a team has played lately or how they are perceived based on history. This can cause inconsistency. Two teams with similar records might be treated differently because one has a bigger name or a more recognizable program. Plus, some ranking systems are not completely open about how they make their calculations. This lack of transparency can make it seem like rankings are unfair or biased. For example, a team from a mid-major conference might have to win its entire conference tournament just to get into the tournament. Meanwhile, a team from a power conference might get an at-large bid even if their record isn't as good. All these factors combine to make the ranking system seem unfair to some teams. Smaller programs often have to work harder just to get the same recognition as bigger schools. Their schedules are weaker, their rankings are lower, and they might need to win their conference tournaments to get in. This can affect recruiting, funding, and how much attention their programs get nationally. So, in the end, rankings are influenced by many things beyond just wins and losses. Conference strength, how rankings are calculated, and human decisions all play a part. That's why some teams with strong records can still feel overlooked or undervalued in the eyes of the rankings.